So basically, I'm going to give you a little rundown of Zonescan Net to show you how you can take your data that you've now uploaded and turn it into actual leaks on the map. My first question to you is, do you folks have your pipe network in GIS?
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Okay. Do you have a person who is responsible for the GIS? Because I can take your GIS files and upload them onto this Zonescan Net website. So instead of just looking at a map with the logger dots on and the streets, we can upload the GIS pipe network, and we can see the pipes then on the map. So whoever is responsible for GIS, if you can put us in touch with each other, so I can ask for the proper files for the GIS to be sent.
Eric, I can either put you on through like the ESRI online, or I can
Oh,
send you shape files.
if you can send me KML file, if you can export your data in KML file format, that's all I need then.
Okay.
So send me in .kml file format. Send me your pipes, and then send me your valves and your hydrants. And if you have service lines, you can send me those too. And just email those to me, and then I will upload those pipes onto Zonescan Net.
Is
Okay.
there any way to do an overlay on the tablet as well, or no?
I can do that too. Yes, I can.
Really?
Yes, but I have to get the KML files from you first. I have to upload them to Zonescan Net, and then I repackage them and send them back to the tablet. So, do you have an email address on the tablet, or you're going to need? I'm going to email the new file to you. So, someone needs to let me know who to email it back to. That you're able to go onto your tablet and download the attachment from the email right onto your tablet.
Or what's here, right? Can you log into the Google account and do that? Like their Gmail account, you can
Yeah,
email
yeah,
their Gmail
yeah,
and they'll open
yeah,
their
yep,
Gmail. Yeah.
yeah. If you're savvy enough to do that, open up a Gmail, give me any email address, and then just open up that email on the tablet, and then you'll see an attachment from my email with the new GIS file. You're going to download that onto the tablet and try to open it. And then the tablet is going to say, do you want to, it's going to give you an option of different apps to use to open up that file. Zonescan Smart is going to be one of those apps. Select Zonescan Smart, and it will automatically download those pipe files onto your tablet then on the Zonescan Smart app. Okay, but the first step is get me the KML files.
Will it show hydrants and valves and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, get me the pipes, the hydrants, the valves. If you have your service lines in GIS, I'll take service lines.
All right. I can
Okay.
use it on see you tomorrow.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It only takes me a few minutes to upload it. And then what's going to happen is you are going to see, I'm going to, for this case here, we're looking at Market Street 51920. I am going to manually draw in a length of pipe, but you will not have to do this once I get the KML uploaded onto Zonescan. So I'm just drawing in a length of pipe here.
Oh, that's one I want to know where it's at. That's the way to
So you can see I roughly drew in pipe, and that's the blue line connecting connecting your logger dots. And then you can see what it does to the leak. It gives you this, what I call the blister spot. You see the spot on the pipeline?
Yeah. I was Now, when you draw on the pipe, does it have to, is it just a straight line, or do we need to follow the curvature? Because
No,
it
you
ropes
need,
around that curve.
yeah, you need to follow the curvature, but I just for this, I just roughly drew it in, but I can sort of take the pipe and sort of, you know, draw the curvature here a little bit to get it a little bit more accurate.
You just have to drop a little pin on it and move it around.
Yeah, yeah. But you're still getting a leak. You're still getting a leak right at this spot here. Where'd it go? There it is.
That ain't nowhere near where we look. That's down by the valve. Yeah. So that's tilting right there. That's it. That one. We want to replace that service. Does the same thing? You can come in and look at it.
I'm having a tough time hearing you guys with the speaker, but that is
the Google image integrated into the Google or the Zonescan.net?
yes, yeah. This is we just platform off of Google Maps, so all the stuff that you're seeing as far as the street view, as far as the map here, that's all Google.
So you just go to map and hit satellite, and you can see
yeah. All the stuff that you can do on Google, we can do here.
So we originally, you see where the line ends, up at towards the cul-de-sac roundabout.
Yeah, down here. Yeah.
No, other way. Up there. That's where we were getting all our noise.
Yeah, you know what? There is. You can see when you go on Zonescan Net correlations. This correlation tab that I'm clicking on right here is basically a list of all your leaks.
So what our main did on that at the end of that cul-de-sac is it ran up the other side, and then where that last dot is, it looped around to there.
Okay. Yeah. I just have the, now why is that, oops, hold on. Okay, there you go. You can see, not only are we getting a leak blister spot at this address here, which was where I had the street view, which is up near this house, but you're getting an out of bracket leak right here too. And an out of bracket correlation is telling me that if I zoom in, you'll see at the end of the logger here, you see these two arrows pointing away from the logger or pointing past the logger. That is what's called an out of bracket leak, meaning that the leak is very close to this logger. And if I double click this out of bracket is this correlation here. And if I click on it, the graph is showing me that the leak is past that last logger. So you might have, yes, it's not surprising that you have a lot of sound down here because there is something else going on down there. But now I like I said, my pipe is not very accurate, so I don't know where the pipe goes.
What's that other one?
But you are getting this is a very decent leak up. This is a very good leak that you're getting here. It's a 100% correlation. So I would think that there's something going on at that leak, that there's something going on up there too at that spot.
It could be a power transformer.
It probably would not, because these loggers are deaf to 60 hertz, and power transformers hum at 60 hertz.
I get what you're saying.
And these guys cannot hear at 60 hertz. Let's see if this guy's picking up any electricity. I doubt he's picking up any electricity.
Even the vibration from it?
Even the vibration, yeah. It is picking up some 60 hertz, but it would not make a correlation there. I think you have a pretty decent leak going on up there at that spot. Now, of course, my pipe is not very accurate, so it might move it a few feet to the left or to the right once we get our accurate pipe in. in between the logs. But once you get me your GIS files, that'll take care of that issue. You can look at some other projects too. Now that we've uploaded, this was
Yeah, will you try that Limerick Lane 521? I went back and put a logger on every service around
Oh
through there.
yeah, you got a lot going on down there. Yeah, look at all this. Oh, this is the same area. Okay, you do. Yeah, you put a lot. Okay, I see what you're doing. Yeah, you surrounded this thing. Holy cow.
I was trying to pinpoint it,
Yeah,
but I didn't know how.
yeah. It's going to be best, I think, if we just get the GIS data up here. Do you have your service lines on GIS? Are we going to be able to
Yeah,
see service? Yeah,
yeah.
let's wait to let's get this GIS data uploaded. I think it's going to make this picture a lot clearer for us once we get the GIS data uploaded. Because all of your service lines will be on, and all these double-headed arrows will then turn into those red blister spots once we get the GIS data. What these double-headed arrows are basically saying is, hey, between these two loggers, I'm hearing a decent leak, but I can't pinpoint it because I don't know the pipe. There's no pipe in between us. Once we upload the KMLs onto the Zonescan, Zonescan's going to turn this double-headed arrow into those blister spots that we just saw on, like we saw on Market Street. These blister spots. Okay.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I've used another correlating device, but before, and we were able to take it. Say we had two valves on the same main. We had water coming out of the ground multiple spots. Say we got one valve here, another valve at the end of the street. Is there any way to take these correlators, set them on the valve in real time, not at 2 in the morning? Or for them not to work at 2 in the morning?
Here's my word on that. I mean, if you guys already have a real-time correlator that you do that.
No, we don't.
Oh, you don't. Okay. Here's my word on that then. These loggers are okay as a real-time correlator. They're okay as a real-time correlator. The difference between these loggers and a typical real-time correlator is that the real-time correlator has a higher listening frequency, meaning that it was made and designed to be used during the day when you have all kinds of other sounds going on. A real-time correlator, because it has the higher listening frequency, can sort of ignore a lot of the other sounds. These loggers don't have as high of a listening frequency as a real-time correlator. That being said, yes, you can take them out there during the day. All you need to do is go into your noise level measurements and change the time. Instead of them going off at 2 a.m., have them go off at 11 a.m. and have them listen for a half hour or so, or the regular hour. Also, make sure that your correlation is checked on too, because it's the correlation data that gives you these blister spots.
Okay.
Without the correlation checked on, your data would look like this. Okay. With the correlation tab checked on, your data looks like that. Okay. So you got to make sure that your correlation data is also going off at the same time that your noise. So if you are changing it to 11, it should automatically change, because we have that green box checked in the correlation that says start at the same time as the noise level measurement does. But yes, you can use these loggers during the day. They're not going to behave, and they're not going to be as great as they are overnight. But in a case where you have like a residential area like you're doing here, it's not going to be that big of a deal, because it's not like, you're out on a busy highway and there's traffic at lunch hour that you're trying to, and all kinds of other noise.
Yeah, I remember that was always a problem with it. If there was anything.
Yeah, so you can, but these loggers are best overnight, but you can change the time and the noise level measurements and the correlation to go off at another time. Okay. But I think the next step is to get your GIS data uploaded, get the KML files to me. Once I get the data uploaded, and then I'll resend the files back to your tablet. You can download the pipes onto your tablet, and then we'll reconvene again and go over Zonescan Net in a little bit more detail. So you can see how Zonescan Net is taking that data and putting the logs on your pipe network, and you're getting these blister spot leaks. And then from here, then you can go right into your reports and print out these reports. Oops, hold on. I printed out the wrong report. With Zonescan Net, then you can print out these nice reports, and then you can print this stuff out, and this takes you out to the street then, and you can start doing your investigation. Because this report is going to tell you the street address, the closest street address of the leak, the distance L1 of 160.7 feet is the distance if you wheel measured off from logger 1, which was 448 up here at the corner. And then distance L2 of 21 feet is the distance if you measured starting from logger 2, which was logger 504.459 down here. So this gives you the distance L1 and the distance of L2 of how far you need to measure from your loggers or from the valves that you put your loggers on the night before to get to that blister spot on the street.
Does pipe size and pipe type make a difference?
Yes, pipe size and pipe type does make a difference, but your GIS data is going to have that embedded in it. Now, right now, you won't even have to touch it. Right now, I'm just using ductile iron 4-inch. That's the default. You can see when I put my cursor over the blue pipe that I just created. Now I can change that. I can go in and change the diameter and material of the pipe.
Yeah, that's 8-inch DI.
Yeah, it's 8-inch down here.
8-inch cement line ductile.
Cement line ductile. So now I just got to go through and change all the little segments of pipe. Each little bend is its own segment. So I got to go in and now I got to, edit this, do that to all the pipe segments. But once, like I said, once you get your KMLs up here, it's going to read it automatically, and we won't have to do this manual stuff. Oops. So I'm just going through each of the segments. Oops. Okay, you see what happened when I changed the material? We got one of our out of bracket yellow leaks down here actually turned into a blister spot. So there's a leak very, very close to that logger down here at the end of the cul-de-sac, which we know. But like I said, with your GIS data up here, we'll make sure that we're getting absolute accurate pipe placement. Okay. And then these leaks will just easily appear. And then we'll be able to go right into
pretty cool.
I don't know where that leak's showing up. Hold on.
Having that overlay on here and on the tablet is going to be pretty nice. Real nice.
Yeah. It's it's across the street there on the other side. Okay, so I think are you guys comfortable now with sending data up to Zonescan Net?
Yeah.
Okay. Get me your KMLs, and then we will set up another meeting then where we can sit down and go through Zonescan Net in greater detail. Like I said, once you get your KML pipes up there, this will be a piece of cake. All of your leaks, once you send data up from the tablet, the leaks are just gonna appear as blister spots. And then you'll just be able to click on them, go right into the report, print out, open up your correlation report, and print out your report and see where the leak is.
While you're on that, will you go back to that screen you were on?
Mm-hmm. This one here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the correlation, I guess. Like that 459 logger
Yep.
on the table, it only had a leak score of a 6. So I never went down there and even tried to listen for anything down
Right.
there.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. It had a leak score of 6, and you're right. It is. It's only a 6, but it's part of a correlation, which
And
is
the correlation is 100% there.
yes. Yeah. This 60% correlation that you're seeing is between this logger here and this logger up here, and you can see if I zoom in, I'm getting a yellow correlation, which is this 60% correlation, but it's right on top or right underneath of the red correlation, the 100% correlation between this logger here and this logger down here. So you've got two different correlations from two different sets of loggers bringing you to the exact same spot. And yes, you did notice that this one logger is hardly giving you any leak score number. It's just a leak score of a 6, which is okay. That happens a lot, or that can happen. The correlation feature on these loggers is way more powerful than the noise logging feature. So what
Okay.
it's saying is you've got a very, very quiet leak, but you still got a great leak because it's a 100%er. So I think you got a service line leak going on up here too, in addition to the mess of whatever's going on down at the bottom of the cul-de-sac. But we'll sort that out once we get all your GIS data uploaded, and we'll get the pipes laying perfectly, and we'll see all your service lines. I'm assuming that you put some of these loggers on meters, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That,
especially in the other, especially in that other area.
that other one that I showed you, yes,
Yeah.
they were all on meters.
Yeah, they were all on meters. So the data, if you send me that service line data as part of your KML, Zonescan's going to be able to read the distance and material of those pipes too, and that's going to help improve the accuracy of the correlation. And then we will pinpoint this leak at the end of the cul-de-sac dead on. We'll know exactly where it's at once we get your data uploaded.
I don't know what you're drawing in on that GIS, what are they copper of 6?
Okay.
I don't know what he's doing. All right, I'll get that information to you.
Great, email that to me, and then I will return an email with the files that you can upload onto that tablet then. And then we'll reconvene at a time that you guys have an hour or so to sit in front of the computer, and we'll go over this Zonescan Net in greater detail.
One more question for you, Eric.
Yeah.
Say we have a copper service and it was leaking 3 weeks ago and we changed it to PEX and we're using that line to correlate, but it's already got a copper overlay on.
Yeah, you'll be able to. Yeah, you'll be able to amend your GIS data just by putting the cursor over the pipe, just like I'm doing it, and just as simple as just changing the.
Okay.
Changing it. Yeah, yeah. Now, if we change it on Zonescan Net here, it's not going to go back and change your source on your ArcGIS. You're
Okay.
gonna have to do that on your own.
Okay.
Zonescan Net isn't going to go backwards and change your ArcGIS data, but we can change your ArcGIS data on Zonescan Net here. In the example that you just said that we just changed out and changed it from copper to poly or whatever. Okay.
When we update our GIS, like say yearly?
Yes, yeah, every time you upload your GIS then or make a major change to your GIS, just email me your new KML file format and say, hey, Eric, we uploaded our GIS. Please delete our old GIS and upload this new GIS. Or sometimes people will do a new segment and they'll just say, hey, keep our old GIS uploaded, but just upload this new segment. So just let me know whether I want to keep your old GIS or delete it and then just upload the new file, or if this new file that you're sending me is just a partial and you want to keep your old GIS. So yeah, that's easy enough. It takes me just a matter of seconds to upload the GIS into your Zonescan. So yeah, every time, if you want to do that annually or every 6 months, that's no problem for me to do that.
So the tablet's mainly just well, after all this, the tablet's mainly just a field tool for setting them, retrieving them, and then sending it to
Yes,
Zonescan.
that is absolutely correct. That is absolutely correct. You were only using this tablet to do the data collection. You're
Okay.
using Zonescan Net to do your data analysis and printing out your reports and saving all your historical data and stuff like that. Yes, yes, that is exactly how it was intended to be used.
Sounds good.
Can you
Okay.
get us an antenna for the comm link?
What's that?
Can you get an antenna for the comm link?
Yeah, I can get you a new antenna. Yeah, yeah.
We've never had one.
Yeah, it's really not necessary if you're doing lift and shift like this and you're turning on the loggers when they're right next to the comm link. But I can certainly get you one. And then just to give you a heads up on what we're working at as far as we are working on a feature. Once you get your pipes back loaded onto your tablet, we are working on, it's going to be in one of the upcoming Zonescan Smart app improvements. You will then be able to take your tablet out into the field and look at your tablet. If you have your pipes downloaded onto the tablet like we're going to do, you're going to be able to walk on the street looking at your tablet, and you will see the pipes that you're walking on top of, and that red blister spot is going to appear as you're looking at the tablet, all like in virtual reality. So you'll just be able to take your tablet out into the field, just walk along the street, and that blister spot will come right into view as you're looking through the tablet, looking through the ground into your pipes. So it'll be
Now,
real.
is that after it's been uploaded to Zonescan?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. 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 Oh, no. I'm sorry. You won't even need to upload it up into Zonescan Net. If you're out in the field and you download the data from the logger, you collect your loggers, you download the data onto the tablet, you don't have to send that data to Zonescan Net. You'll be able to just turn on that X-ray vision feature and walk across the street looking through the tablet down through the street into the pipes. And once you get to the leak spot, it's going to appear as a leak right on the pipe. It'll
We'll
be
be
like,
able to do everything without even having to come back to the office unless we want
right,
to get report.
right. Yes, that's correct. Yep. You'll be able to, it'll be like having X-ray vision through the street, and you'll be able to see the leak right on the pipe. Yeah.
If that service line is leaking under the street, will it put the dot in the street, or is it going to be over like where the main is?
It'll be right on the pipe. It'll be right where the leak is, right on the pipe.
If you're not hooked up to that long side service, it'll just pinpoint the port.
Come again with that? Come again with that?
If you're not hooked up to that long side service, it's just going to pinpoint the long side service connection, correct?
Yes, yeah. It's only going to pinpoint on the length of pipe between two loggers. So yes, if you have a leak up at the house, if there's a leak on the service line up at the house, the two loggers that are positioned at one end of the main and the other end of the main are only going to pinpoint you to the corp stop where that service line comes into the main. Yes, these loggers can only pinpoint and give you that blister spot when the leak is on the length of pipe in between the two loggers. If there's a T, you need a logger at the other end of the T to capture that. Yeah, yep. Okay.
I also emailed you guys a couple videos Eric did for Zonescan Net customers. So he did some live trainings. So if you check those out, there's a lot of good details. But yeah, we'll.
Okay, so send that data to Zonescan Net. Send me the KML files, and we'll get you guys up and running 110% here in no time. Okay.
Thank you.
Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll talk to you guys soon.
You need a copy of that, sir, Mike? No.